as a former liberal, I think this definitely can cause a lot of triggering emotions. Like, yo, what's up guys? It's John for John Shout Out to the World. I am reacting to this music video by Tom McDonald and Ben Shapiro. They just recently came out with this music video, Facts, and I'm gonna have to give a trigger warning. It's gonna be triggering AF, because I know as an ex-liberal myself and Christian that they are people who are bosses when it comes to just laying down hard truths. So let's just get into it. Like, subscribe so we can continue to push these videos forward.
They call me offensive, controversial. There's only two genders, boys and girls.
They can't cancel my message cause I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole friggin' world.
Claim that I'm racist, yeah, alright. I'm not ashamed because I'm white.
If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't wanna talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go broke, no hope, it's pathetic. Pro-choice, pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive. But you ain't pro-gun, no one to protect it. Where the American flags at? Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow.
This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream, you can riot in the streets. You defunded the police, now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do? Let's just keep it real, facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man. I'm the man who don't respect.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts.
Alright, before we get to Ben's part, the lyrics are
off the chain,
as well as the whole bass and the melody going on here. I think it's got an awesome tune to it, but what they're saying, what Tom McDonald is saying is so true, right? He's talking about like pronouns and LGBTQ flags, and we've done away with American flag, we've done away with tradition, and trying to respect me as a man, right? He's saying like, I am the man, I'm not here to simply just cater to your beliefs. And I think a lot of times conservatives suck at that, and that's why having music videos like this is so powerful. It expresses something that everybody can get across while not reading a novel or anything. So it's just so powerful being able to see someone just spit out facts like this. It is offensive, don't doubt that, but
of America, Donald.
Today, like, if you go about your life not offending anyone, like, what do you actually believe in? So this is what I feel like I really resonate with, and so many other people who have been just so drowned out by all the liberal, more so leftist nonsense have been saying for a while now.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at
this dude just said, Ben just said, like my money, Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Oh, he's gonna get a lot of hate for this one.
Dog, it's a yarmulke, homie, no cap. Look at the graphs, look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You going to prison, I'm on television. Dog, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nicki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1.
This ain't rap, this ain't money.
So he was referencing to Nikki Haley. Now, I'm not like the most political. I don't keep up with all the politics and debates. They like wiped her, and with other people who are in the comment sections, the woke mobsters who continue to just spew out hate and vitriol towards him. But he's like, you live in your parents' basement, good mental health, or whatever the comebacks are. I think he makes this point off, obviously very crudely, but also very hilariously. It's like, what are you actually doing to change the world? You're like complaining and bitching about things, but you're not actually changing anybody's minds or doing anything productive for other people. So it's fire. I think it's really, really hard hitting.
Drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes.
Right. So I think the common narrative now these days is with leftism is that there's so much freedom, even though there's a lot of dogma. Like turning your daughters into hoes, like feminism, saying you could be totally free with whoever you get between your legs, and then your sons are going to become thugs, right? Like crime is skyrocketing because no one's actually paying attention to enforcing the law these days, or actually producing competent cops or promoting the law enforcement. Rather, we're just allowing people to be in broken systems, broken homes, and continue to perpetuate these cycles of victimhood, as well as allowing criminals become even harder criminals, doing drugs and stealing, thugging around.
You can
All right, now I would not go so far as like I won't disrespect anyone, even if they have differing views. Like I believe you should respect everyone. So like a lot of the leftist progressive ideas these days have been so toxic to our family life, to our society life, right? Like stripper poles or LGBTQ pronouns, teaching kids that your gender can change. These are crazy things that I think most people would be like appalled by, but he's just stating it as is. But really, I think conservatives kind of suck at it. Like we need to actually stand up. Anger has its place, right? Like God gets angry. We should be angry at sin and depravity. And I think at this point, it's totally right for us to be able to lay down the line and say, these are the facts. There is biology. We need law enforcement. We need order in our world. We can't just let daughters become hoes. And Tom McDonald, you may not like him. You may not like the way that he produces rap music, but he's getting the word out there and he's actually challenging mainstream narratives. So on that front, I totally get down with Tom McDonald.
You sad, you sad, you sad. You just try to get attention, being triggered's all you have. You mad, you mad, you mad. You blame everybody else for every problem that you can. You said
Blaming everybody else for the problems that you have, right? Like, yeah, I think it's so disempowering, not only the Black community, queer community, and women. It's like you always continue to bitch about things. Like you don't get anywhere in life by just complaining. You don't get anywhere just by talking other people down like they're the oppressor, they're the problem. But really, I think why Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, and other people have come to such prominence these days is because they're advocating for traditional values such as responsibility. You have your own responsibility over your life. That's empowering. That's actually powerful. And I think when I was in school as leaning more liberal, I definitely felt that everybody was just self-loathing. Like they felt that they were a victim and they wanted people to be celebrated, minorities to be celebrated and heard. But it came to such an extreme where they were actually deplatforming, canceling people who are deemed conservative and dangerous or offensive. And that's not healthy. It just coddles you. Like, I think we just need to speak up about why these issues don't make sense. And he's doing it through such an incredible art form like rap. And I got to give props to this man.
you said, you said. I will never say I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream. You can riot in the streets. You defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do. Let's just keep it real, facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect you.
Sheesh. Wow, that was wild. That was a roller coaster of a ride. So I was blown away. I feel like a lot of the lyrics there are definitely powerful. I mean, it's just incredible how rappers and poets can just string together these words that have multiple parallels, right? Talking about politics, whether it's about certain groups, BLM, LGBTQ groups, feminists, and just point out some of the hypocrisy that we see, right? Like, you call all white people racist, but then how is it that all liberals then are all right? Like, you have such large brushstrokes about swaths of people and you demean them. And I think it's so easy for Christians to do that, for liberals to do that, for conservatives, for progressives to also be backbiting in that sense. But it's good to be able to actually see these things laid out, because this is really the mantras, I think, of conservatism. There's so much actual hate that the progressive leftist faction has shown towards people simply because they think that everybody's out to get them and that culture and society is oppressive, racist, homophobic, transphobic, all these things. And with no real resolve, they're not giving us practical ways to be able to live out a better narrative, such as the traditional value of family, of law enforcement, of God. And these are values that I hold to now, which I didn't as much. I believe in alternative families, gay marriage, and I believed in people living the way that they wanted with their sexuality. And I believe that women should do as they want. Like, they don't have to get married. They don't have to have any responsibilities other than work their butt off to be a boss bitch. So all these different narratives that progressivism has really spewed in the last decade or a couple decades have culminated at this point where we're just kind of not making any sense anymore. And as a former liberal, I think this definitely can cause a lot of triggering emotions. Like, obviously it's not going to sound pretty. It's a rap video. I mean, it's it's music, it's art, it's so cool, but at the same time it definitely will offend a lot of people. So I personally am not offended. I don't like being offended. I don't think people should just be worked up just because you don't agree with Tom McDonald or whatever. But I do believe that he comes off a little bit, he does come off a little bit bigoted, like F you, you know. But at the end of the day, like if you aren't actually going to be willing to have a conversation with people like Ben Shapiro or Tom McDonald, then he can't do anything about it. You can't talk to them or reason with them. Like F you. I feel like that's a natural reaction that a lot of people have. Now, for me, I like having conversations with people. So check out my podcast. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. I think that we need to have greater conversations about issues like these, political, social issues, and especially as Christians. Christians are wimps. I'm not going to lie. I think Christians, there's so many sheltered Christians that need to be able to look at cultural elements and music videos and cultural artifacts like these that talk about things that need to be expressed. But Christians think that we need to be sheltered and not talk about anything political and not step on toes. I believe in keeping the peace of respecting people, but also we need to be able to open our eyes and see what kind of lies we're being fed. And we need to speak out and get angry about people abusing our rights, about free speech, about our religion. So let me know what you think in the comment section below and make sure you subscribe. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks, guys.